Hi, I'm Pete Fisher, Chief of Police for the City of Fife, and this is Chat with the Chief, a video series in which we will address questions or topics brought to us by our community. Today's episode deals with homelessness, public property, and trespassing. In Washington State, trespassing is against the law. However, when you look at public property and trespassing, it's a far more complex issue than just an arrest for a misdemeanor crime. The courts have weighed in and said that the police cannot criminalize homelessness, and that we have to take extra steps before we can use enforcement as an option to deal with trespassing, especially on public property. The Fife Police Department, like most police departments, provides 72 hours notice before we require people to leave public property before facing arrest for trespassing. This is where state law and case law complicates the issue of trespassing on public property. After we provide them 72 hours notice and resource information, we are further required to find alternative spaces or shelters for them to go before they're subject to arrest. Ideally, and in most times, the Fife Police Department is able to resolve homelessness and trespassing on public property without making an arrest. We do that through providing the 72 hours notice, providing resource information, and locating alternative sites for people to stay or live while they're recovering from being homeless. As a last resort, once all of those options have been offered and exhausted, only then will the police consider arrest as an option. Remember, homelessness is not a crime. If you see something in a local space or a public space that causes you concern or fear for your safety, please call 911 and an officer will come out and deal with that. Additionally, that'll give us an opportunity to contact people that may be in need of resource information or alternative housing. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Chat with the Chief. Please send any questions or topics that you have that you'd like me to discuss. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Chat with the Chief.